Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Ibu Bapak. Firstly, I would like to thank you for the ICRACOS committee that have given us to present my study entitled Improving EFL Student Higher Order Thinking Skill Using Reading Strategies. This research has been done by a team that is me, Arik ICRACOS, and my partner, Sarah Lailia. This is our outline presentation. The first one, introduction, literature review, research methodology, finding and discussion, and the last part is conclusion. Related to the introduction, all of us know that in 21st century, higher order thinking skill has an important role. When the student master higher order thinking skill, it can motivate them to be critical thinker, logical, creative, and develop their metacognitive skill. All of us know that HOTS is the highest level in the hierarchy of cognitive processes, and it is the potential use of the mind to deal with the new challenges because it can challenge individuals to interpret, analyze, or manipulate information. However, there are some problems faced by EFL learner related to higher order thinking skill. First, EFL students have low higher order thinking skill because they have limited vocabulary. It was caused that during the process of teaching learning, the teacher still use lecturing, and the teacher does not provide many texts that motivate students to read some of books of that text. As a consequence, the student find difficulty to guess the meaning of a word in a certain context, and finally, they are not able to understand the whole meaning of this text. Moreover, this condition also caused by the process of teaching learning in which that the teacher always asks the student to memorize when they have read the text. As a consequence, the student only understand the surface meaning of their text. Finally, the teacher also used multiple choice in assessing the student higher order thinking skill, in which the teacher does not provide an opportunity for the student to express their opinion, to show their answer. To overcome this problem, reading strategies as a solution. When the teacher is implementing reading strategies, it could help students to highlight important information in reading text. Moreover, the student can practice them for taking care of issues when students face in developing significant text. Hence, our research question is, can reading strategies improve student higher order thinking skill for EFL senior high school? Related to the literature review, that is the relationship between higher order thinking skill and reading strategies. Jeremy says that higher order thinking skill is the highest level in the hierarchy of cognitive process. When the student master higher order thinking skill, it could help them how to interpret, how to analyze, or how to manipulate information. And finally, the students are able to solve a certain problem. To develop student higher order thinking skill, Lak and Hashim use graphic organizer, and Papatga and Ersoi use visualization. When the teacher implement graphic organizer, it could give freedom to pattern or ideas written down what it is in their brain. It can improve student critical thinking to arrange new ideas. Furthermore, visualization makes a text come alive for reader. It is effective in defining concrete words because it is imaginable and useful in daily activities so that the reader or learner are easier to understand the meaning of the word. Research methodology. In this study, the research design is experimental research. It consists of 60 participants divided into 30 participants as control group, and then 30 participants in experimental group. The instruments are pretest and post-test. The procedure of the design. Before the treatment group were given treatment, both of the group were given pretest. It is used to know the student competent. Several weeks, the treatment group would get treatment how to learn higher order thinking skill using reading strategies, namely visualization and graphic organizer. At the end, both of the group would be given post-test, and then it would be calculate the differences between two groups. After that, the data would be analyzed using SPSS. Finding. This is the result of the pretest. In a control group, the mean score is 58.3. In experimental group, the mean score is 56.3. It can be seen that there is a difference. To know that there is a difference significant or not, and then we can calculate using SPSS. The result of the SPSS show that the significance of total is 0.358 and it is more than 0.05. So it can be said that there is no significant difference. It means the position of the participant both in an experimental group or in control group were the same. Next, we will calculate the result of post-test. The mean score of the control group is 65.0 and then experimental group is 68.0. To know whether there is a significant difference or not, and then we can calculate using SPSS. The result shows that the significant detail is 0.000. It means that it is less than 0.05, and it can be said that there is a significant difference between control group and experimental group. We can discuss that the process of teaching learning has an important role to help students to understand the material of reading and higher order thinking skill. Implementing reading strategies, especially graphic organizer and visualization, could create students to be more enthusiastic. It also helps students to guess the topic of the text or the title of the text, understand the main idea or the text, and the students are able to generate ideas easily and quickly. It can be said that graphic organizer and visualization become the medium for ideas representation in both narrative and expository text. Metacognitive strategies also help students to save their higher order thinking skills. It can be concluded that to promote student higher order thinking skill, graphic organizer and visualization could be implemented during the process of teaching learning. It is recommended to implement other reading strategies that help students to understand reading comprehension and reading higher order thinking in the bigger scope. I think that's all. Thank you for our presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.